the gang by our house found out that we were calling the police on them. In retaliation, they set our house on fire while we were sleeping. And for us, that was like a real like wake-up call. You know, our immediate reaction was, "Let's get out of here. This is crazy." And even though internally we were kind of struggling with this because we'd been telling kids, don't worry about gang stuff and just do what you got to do. And here are so many of our kids, they don't have those choices to just leave or to do go somewhere else. And so after a lot of soul searching, my wife and I decided that we were going to stay, that we were going to be intimidated out of our house. The gang came back a couple weeks later, set our house on fire again while we were sleeping. Came back again a third time, threw a bottle through our window while they were screaming they were going to kill us for calling the police. To stay, that was really the easy decision. Once your house was set on fire, we're going to stay. That was the easy decision. The much harder decision is now that we're going to be here. What are we going to do? Right? What are we going to do?
I'm talking south side, bad side, good side, that's north side. There's stereotypes everywhere, and yes I know, it's not fair. We all have the opportunity to live the life that we want to live. For example, look at Will Smith and his own vid. South Philly, South Chicago, living on life, praying for tomorrow. Wondering if there's a way out. You look at the sky at night, think about the next day to try something new. Whether it be sports or Call of Duty 2. Yes, we have gangs, but why do we have gangs? Is it all they know? Are the parents a no-show, or are they part of it too? Or should I say a low blow? And speaking of blow, is it cause the drugs? Do they need some hugs? Is it cause they're cuz? Are they in the game just to kill and get locked up? I do not know all the answers, but I looked into it. So I talked to Rob,
sports, and I love basketball. So what started out as just coaching evolved into beyond the ball.
And one thing he mentioned was b-ball on the block. Look at the effect it takes on Little Village.
So b-ball on the block is a community collaboration of a basketball tournament, and it actually started in Pilsen, and it's a program where we set up basketball hoops in the street and intentionally target areas where where there's usually more gang activity, and so basically in that one night a week the community comes together and it's like a message, right? It kind of saying that we're a neighborhood, and the thing about guys who are in gangs, they don't live in a bubble, right? These are people's neighbors, brothers, friends, fathers, uncles.
The main question is ... Are sports an effective deterrent to involvement in gangs, huh? Look at D-Rose. What if he had never picked up a b-ball? Where would he be? Where would he be now? Would he be on the streets in Englewood? And would he be in the corner of drugs and no good? I'm not saying sports is automatically a way out, but I think kids can use more than a little help. They need a place at a young age to go, where they don't get with the wrong crowd and they get in with that game flow. That game flow be basketball, football, or cricket. No matter the ethnicity with city, however much publicity or the complicity, no matter the gender, him or her, us or them, even in the winter. Sports can help, even if it's subtle. Gets their mind off the gun and maybe in the huddle.
There's an interest, I think even a passion that we have in terms of working with youth and being here and being mentors, being friends, etc. to families and youth in our community. Little Village is a extremely young community. So when we talk about those issues that affect our youth, then we're here to help them through those issues. Sports, definitely. I think every alternative, every opportunity that our youth have to explore other interests, to explore passions, to explore different careers has an effect on their future life.
Sports isn't everything, but dang, it sure does help. And if you don't believe me, you can look it up on Yelp. Nah, I'm just playing, and nah, I'm just saying. This is my final opinion. Sports are an effective deterrent to gang life. And now this rap's over. Enjoy the rest
in my
of your
experience,
life.
right? It's people.
It's G Unit
join
G
gangs for one
swag.
of two reasons.
I'm on the beat.
Either
you know,
they're
looking up, trying to get a good
neglected,
grade for class.
right?
Scott,
People,
what's
they're
going
neglected,
on?
and my heart
The
always
rest
goes
of
out
the
to
crew?
those kids.
What's up with you?
But I would say that in my experience, the majority of people who I've seen who've chosen gang life, it's because they're extremely selfish. And I look at my own story, right? As somebody who, you know, my house was set on fire, and you know, here we are, you know, 13, 14 years later, and guys who went to prison for the attacks on my house, their kids are in our sports programs. And I've played basketball with some of those guys, and we've had conversations that go something like this. Remember when we set your house on fire, right?